first question is, how do you keep your energy so high with this crazy market? That's what everyone wants to know.
Well, I feel like my extra dark roast yummy coffee in the morning helps get me started.
Yes.
And then, just dealing with people, I feed off of other people's energy. There's just this market is buzzing and humming and it's crazy. And so I'm just doing my best to thrive in it. And, it's a really exciting time. Real estate's always really exciting for the people that are transacting in it. Even though it can be scary and hard and we come up across different hiccups and bumps, like it's still really exciting. It's a huge transition in people's lives. And, it's an honor and a privilege to be part of that and to help them like reach their dreams and goals. So.
Yeah, it really is. I think I think I posted this on Facebook a couple of days ago, and I have to give mad props to Tony Zaragami, our girl Tony. She's amazing if you don't know her. And she's the first person to support everything you do. So she always posts some funny stuff on Facebook. And her post was, think of the real estate market as a game of musical chairs. During a buyer's market, you've got 10 chairs. I always say have, but this post said got. And 8 people. Okay, so 10 chairs, 8 people. During a seller's market, you've got 8 chairs and 10 people playing. During today's market, you've got about 3 chairs, 37 people, but now the chairs are on fire. The floor is on fire. And you're being chased around the room by an axe-wielding psychopath. Welcome to real estate.
That seems pretty accurate, actually. Yeah, I mean, so you got to have your energy high so you can run away from the axe-wielding maniac.
So one of my longtime friends since probably elementary school comments on there, about the market, what's going to happen with it. And I said, you don't look at it as a negative comment because I love every market and everyone knows that. If it shifts, great. There'll be some really amazing deals for myself as an investor. There'll be really amazing deals for those buyers that have the patience to, go through the process of finding those deals. And it's always a long-term investment. So no matter when you buy, just look at, as long as you're going to be there for a long time, it's always appreciated. And I had this kind of conversation with someone the other day and they said, well, I don't see that it always appreciates. I'm like, okay, well, let me show you a graph over time where the average appreciation is right around like 4.4% over a long period of time. So if you are trying to get in and out of it very quickly, then yes, right now might not be your opportunity, depending on how you time it. And that's the risk that you would have to take. But I'm not here to tell you how to make a risk. I'm here to tell you how to, or guide you and consult you on how to make the proper investment based on your needs. And that all starts with a buyer consultation. So I know you do that. I do that. We also do the listing consultations. The big fear right now is where everyone is fearing or thinking they don't have a place to go. So how are you handling that? That's a big fear right now.
That's huge. So let's say it's a homeowner that only owns one property and they really want to sell because something in their life has changed, or they want something different, or they want to cash out some of the equity they have. It can be really scary to list your home first. And so what we do is we get together and we create a strategy for how we're going to find where they're going first. And we have lots of proprietary ways that we do that. But it involves asking a lot of questions, figuring out where they want to go. And a lot of times I'm looking for off-market properties so that there's less competition and we can get them a better price for where they're going. Then once we're able to get under contract, depending on where their home is, the condition, and just all of the little nuances about their property they're selling, if I put them under contract as a buyer first, then I have plenty of time to still list their property, get it under contract quickly, and we can do a simultaneous close. Occasionally there's a lease back option involved, but we are just getting really creative to help people and making sure that they're really comfortable through the whole process.
Yeah, I can say for me more as a listing agent, which you've shifted to recently. So congratulations.
I wanted to play in that sandbox.
Well, and I think that you're handling both. I know that there are a lot of teams that you do one or the other. And I always think as long as that you can handle it, and I don't see the service or the experience, I should say experience more than service, because that's the expectation that you always serve as a client, but the experience is still there, then the opportunity is there, right, with the agent on your team. And we talk a lot daily, weekly, probably more than most business partners do. But one thing I've learned in the
It helps that we like each other.
Yeah. It's more about respect, I think. There's a lot of people you can like, but it doesn't mean that you respect them. And I think there's a big difference when when you have a partner that you can trust and respect the way that they would handle your own client, whether it's a referral or, same thing. Like if something happens where you're out in the field, you know that I'm going to take care of your client just the way you would, if not better, right? It just depends on how much time you have. So
Exactly.
it is a partnership. But what I found in the listing part recently is we are doing a lot of lease backs, and you do have to get super creative. And like you said, you have to do way more listening, even more listening than ever, and asking a ton of questions to figure out exactly what their goal is, because a lot of people are confused. A lot of people really don't know what to think. And then you have the pandemic thrown in the middle of it. So we definitely have to be a sounding board, and we definitely have to make sure that we look at every angle and every aspect of the transaction 10 times more seriously, and also ahead of where that person's thinking. We have to be 10 steps ahead.
That's right. And, it's not a one size fits all approach. It is a custom approach for each specific instance, whether it's a buyer, a seller, or they're transacting as both.
Sure.
So, it's just about being diligent to create that one of a kind experience that's going to serve and give that person the best experience possible. I'm going to let you take it away for just a moment so I can grab my charger. Didn't realize that was going to happen, but this is like improv because it's live. So take it away, Brandy. I'll be back in 2 shakes.
Awesome. I'm going to go over the luxury stats and tell my dog, since it's National Dog Day, to stop chewing on my bag. Okay. He's bored. He's been in Zoom land all day. All right. So let's see here. We don't want to go to Facebook. Let's go to the March report for the Sarasota area and surrounding beaches in Florida. Okay, so we always start with single family homes. And for those of you that haven't watched our monthly report live on Facebook or on our YouTube page, the luxury benchmark we consider in our area is around 900,000. So this is all of the luxury sales above 900,000 that closed in the month of February for 2021. So you can see there was quite a bit of activity. Okay, there were a total of 63 sales. And yes, it is definitely a seller's market. And you can kind of see the most active price bands here. So we'll skip on down. I love these graphs, but you can see at the very, very bottom, it just gives you a brief summation. So I always go right to this. I'm happy to send you the full report for those nerdy numbers people like me. The Sarasota single family luxury market is definitely a seller's market with a 56% sales ratio. Homes sold for a median of 99.89% of list price in February 2021. I want you to hear that out there, sellers. So if you are thinking about selling, this is definitely the time. We've been saying this for a few months now, but
no, really, now's the time. Do it.
My word.
Help us help you.
So the most active price band is Dakota. Stop chewing on my bag. Thank you. I'd love to keep celebrating National Dog Day, but that might come to an end in a minute. The most active price band is 1.8 million to just over 2 million, around 2.1 million, where the sales ratio is 167%. So very active price band. And then the median luxury sales price for single family homes is 1,950,000. And I know that just because some of our listings are right around that price point, and we've had multiple offers. Now, this is pretty amazing. I think I've yet to see this ever in the 17 years I've been selling real estate in all price points, that the median days on market for February 2021 was 12 days, Megan, down from 64.
Incredible. Absolutely
Awesome.
incredible. And I love that price point is, getting a little higher for that median benchmark price. I know we were hovering around the 1 to 1.2 for a few months in a row, and it just keeps ticking up because, we have people from all over and a lot of different luxury markets that are looking here and transacting.
And what I'm hearing, Megan, is that we're still very affordable, even in the luxury realm.
That's right.
So it's interesting having so many people, such a diverse group of buyers coming from different feeder markets than we've ever seen. We've always had a great mix of people moving here, which really adds to the rich culture we have. And that's why I enjoy living here. But I just see so many people coming from areas that are just, we never thought they would come just because the weather's so different. We had someone coming from Washington. I'm like, Washington State,
Wow.
yeah,
Yes.
one, but it's like, come on down. So the attached homes, so the luxury inventory versus sales for February 2021. Now, this luxury benchmark for attached homes, which are condos, townhomes, things of that nature, kind of maintenance-free living. A lot of people coming to Florida really gravitate towards this, and we understand why. A lot of times, this is the time to enjoy life. So that benchmark is at 830,000. Again, it's a seller's market. We did have 75 sales last month. And if we skip on down to the graphs, this is where I like to get down to business. The Sarasota attached luxury market is a seller's market again with a 48% sales ratio. Homes sold for a median of 96.55% of the list price in February 2021. And the most active price band was 1 million to about 1.1, where the sales ratio is 150%. The median luxury sales price for attached homes is around 1.55, and the median days on market for February was down 27 days from 34 days from the previous year. So that's what we have regarding the luxury market. I am going to go ahead and pull up. Let me stop sharing for a minute. The local market, which I know like the back of your hand. So
It's always so interesting to see the numbers come out and actually confirm what we're feeling.
yes.
And I know that we track our own numbers separately, so we already have a really good idea about what the numbers are going to be before Raism puts out their statistics. But what's so crazy, guys, so we have been talking about low inventory, and in reality, even a year ago, inventory was low, right? A balanced market is 6 months of inventory. Last February, we had 3.6. This February, in both Sarasota and Manatee counties for single family homes, we are less than a month of inventory, 0.9.
Wow.
And keep in mind that's for February. So when March's numbers come out next month, oh my gosh, I can't even wait to see that. And this is just my opinion of what I'm seeing. So not only do we have the snowbirds here and a lot of people that are able to work remotely, work from home, maybe some people took early retirement. So we have a lot of extra people here than are the normal full year residents, right? What I'm hearing, and I think that we're going to see, is the end of our traditional season is not going to be the end. So many people from other markets are getting vaccinated, and many more people are feeling comfortable to finally come and realize their dream of owning Florida real estate. So I think we're going to have quite an extended season this year. Again, this is just my personal opinion. Boots on the ground, talking to people. So I think inventory is going to continue to get tighter because a lot of people in years past would list their properties just to test the market. It's season, let's see what we can get. But they're flying off the shelf like hotcakes.
You're exactly right. I mean, again, we can't predict the future, but as far as in the past, we can speak to the traditional seasonal market where, a lot of sellers would say, well, it's season. I'll throw my property on the market and see if I can get my price. And if I don't, then I'll take it off for the summer. And then we come back and use it next season. So
right.
You are right in that respect. I will say, I believe your opinion is going to come to fruition because I see a lot of people that were referring business to in other areas, specifically within our Keller Williams market or referral network. And they are just now putting their homes on the market in Massachusetts or in the Northeast or anywhere up north where it's now their season. Spring is here.
Yes. So that being said, if you look at our closed sales in February 2020, we had 618. And now this is before the pandemic or anything hit. Nothing was shut down yet in the United States at that point in time.
Yeah.
Closed sales 2021, 831, they're up 34.5%. So wow, sales are way up, inventory's way down. And how about that average price for the sale price? It's up 28.1% at $538,892 for single family homes. Pretty incredible. median time to contract down to 17 days. Oh my goodness. And I know that our team has listed several properties lately, but it seems like 1 to 3 days they're under contract.
I think you said in our sales meeting today, which is every Tuesday, Mondays are pretty hectic. I know a lot of teams do it on Monday, but I'm always like, listen, I want your full attention. So let's do it Tuesday at lunchtime. And you said something that I thought was pretty funny. You said, if I have a listing on the market for more than 1 week, I'm going to start questioning what I'm doing wrong with the listing. And I was like, well, given your track record in the last couple months, it's true.
Right. And, it's tongue in cheek, I don't want to get a big head about it. It is definitely the market. We do market aggressively, and we do a lot of things before our listings hit the market. But, it's like, if it's on the market more than a week, we got to talk about what are we doing here?
Right. Exactly.
So again, now's the time. If you've been thinking about selling and holding off, now's the time. And then just talking about new listings, of course, new listings, we have less than we had last February. Pending sales are much higher, pending inventory is much higher. And the numbers just show you inventory is way down. What's really crazy is active listings in Sarasota County last February. We had 2,667. We're down almost 72% this year. We only have 759 active listings, and Sarasota County is huge. That encompasses a big area.
It does. And I've talked to a lot of people, and I hear the struggle, and people will call me and say, how are you getting these listings? And now, granted, I'm used to carrying 80 to 100 listings with the team. That's not the broker, that's even higher, but I'm used to carrying a lot of listings. Mm-hmm. So in the beginning, I was like, oh my goodness, I'm super concerned. We're at like 50 listings, and now we're down to 45, and this, that. But we're getting them and still selling them. So
we're just not replacing them fast enough. We're getting them and selling them immediately. So it's not helping the inventory problem across the board.
But I'm getting a lot of agents, and this is just even outside of Keller Williams, this is agents across the board that I have relationships with and I'm friends with, and I support everyone. I don't look at other companies as my competition, my competitors within myself. I will help anybody in this industry. I feel everyone that is out there working as hard as we do and taking time away from their family deserve the support, and they are the first encounter with the consumer. So if I can help the perception of what we do look better to the public, I'm all ready to pour into our leaders and people helping to provide shelter. So that's a mission of mine, to grow other leaders. But I am hearing a lot of concern from all companies, all brokerages, on how hard it is to get listings. And I'm just not seeing that with our team. So you are listing property after property and putting them under contract. Can you just share what you feel? I mean, obviously the market has a lot to do with why they're selling, but you are doing a lot of great things along with the team's operational support to put together a great listing consultation and do a needs analysis. You're not feeling this. You're not seeing a struggle with getting listings, and nor am I. I know you're reaching out to your database. Do you feel that's the most important thing to do right now?
So I think your database is huge, and that is really the true value that your business has. On the flip side of that as well, you also have to have great value propositions and be offering a lot of value. And just like I said before, it's not a one size fits all. We are customizing our plan and strategy per each seller. And we do things that are above and beyond what a normal agent or, maybe an average agent, let's say, that would do. For example, if I see that the landscaping needs to be touched up in order to make a great first impression, we're going to call one of our landscapers, have them come over. That way the photos shine. When people walk through, they feel really good about it and they can picture themselves in the property. We do high level consultations too. So it's not about just taking your property in the current condition, because how you live in a home is very different than how you sell a home. And yes, everybody's home is very different. Be comfortable in your home, live however you want to live. And when it's time to sell your property, a lot of changes might need to happen. So we're going to be there to have those honest, straightforward conversations with people and help with any of the additional services that we can offer. So that's one thing that we do. And then also, I think it's really important that we give ourselves a buffer time. We follow the rules and regulations that we're not going to publicly market it more than 24 hours before it's going to be listed in the MLS. Like, that's clear cooperation, right? What we are going to do is get a waiver signed so that we can have beautiful professional photographs taken. We have time to get them edited. We put together all of our marketing so that we can let the top 2,000 agents in the market know. So we do a lot of things ahead of time so that when we pull the trigger to launch a property, we're getting as many eyes on it as possible. And for example, the new listing that we just took photographs at today, we're going to be doing a double feature open house there. So the idea is get as many people through as possible, because the more exposure you have, the more offers we're going to receive and the most money that we can get for our clients and get it sold quickly at the best terms. And so that's always our goal.
Yeah, I think that's always our goal. And I think the number one thing is we're not just looking at, oh gosh, we're going to take photos and put it in MLS. I mean, I've actually launched, these companies as a concierge service to our clients, and staging. We have staging. We now have interior design. We've partnered with Joan Greenfield.
Yes.
We also have our own in-house photographer and videographer. Thank you, Austin. You're amazing.
Incredible not having to wait on that. Can we just talk about how amazing that's been?
The photos same day, next day, as long as your house is
amazing.
But we do have an in-house repair and remodel company too. So if somebody's out of state and they really want to take advantage of this market, we're going to refer you 3 contractors. We might just happen to be an owner of one. And of course, I'm going to look at those bids and I'm going to make sure we're getting really accurate numbers on that. And it's just another layer of service and creating this experience to where they don't have to always use an outside company. We'll offer our services that are within the group. And if we can get it done faster, we're not going to always have the lowest bid because we do have great contractors, but we're going to maybe save some time and have the quality work that they're looking for to get them the most money. So next is our marketing company. So we're going to be launching that to help other agents soon.
Super excited about that. And, and all of this just paints the picture of the type of experience that we are working so diligently to create. We want it to be a great experience on the other side, because we all know that it can be stressful. So let's make it as great as possible and help them make the best first impression when they hit the market.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think it's, I coach some teams in the area and then outside of the area from all different brokerages. And one thing that they are struggling with right now is leverage, right? Having enough people to service the clients. And, they are kind of having to say, I'm going to say yes to these clients and maybe refer these clients out. So I know not all of us were prepared for this market. I do feel really grateful that we are and we were prepared. But you have to take time for yourself. So we'll end on this, whether you're building a team, you're a single agent, or you're out there and just running a different business outside of real estate, definitely pour into yourself. Real estate's a very stressful career. Anything in sales is stressful. Hospitality, I've been there, I've done that. Right now, that can be trying times for people. I know it's getting busier out there, but just make sure to dedicate some me time to pour into yourself so that you can pour into others. I think we'll end on that.
That is so perfect. You can't pour from an empty cup, and it is so important to take that time.
Well, thanks, Megan. I appreciate your time. I'm going to let you go take some me time and enjoy your evening with your husband.
Yeah, that will never get old.
This is Jones.
Jones. Well, thanks for having me on your show today. I enjoy these very much, and I hope some people got some great value from
It's our show, and thank you.
I love it.
All right. Have a great night.
You too. Bye.